Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. US campaigners have welcomed a potential cross-party deal on gun safety reforms, but stressed the proposals do not go far enough. The plans include tougher checks for buyers under the age of 21 and cracking down on illegal gun purchases were announced by a cross-party group of US senators on Sunday. Crucially, the proposals are supported by 10 Republicans, meaning they have the numbers to be voted into law. President Joe Biden also said the plans were steps in the right direction, but they fell far short of what he and many Democrats have been calling for. The regional governor of Severodonetsk says the city will be cut off from the rest of Ukraine if Russia destroys the last remaining bridge. Ukraine's President Zelensky says his forces are fighting for literally every meter. Ukraine says its forces have been pushed out of the city centre due to a significant advantage in artillery. Meanwhile, according to local separatist media, at least 3 people, including a child, were killed and 4 injured in a Ukrainian artillery strike on a market in the Russian-backed separatist Ukrainian region of Donetsk. The iconic facade of Moscow's Bolshoi Theatre has been flooded with patriotic colours as part of official celebrations to mark Russia Day. The light show showed the colours of Russia's national flag, white, blue and red, on the front of the world-famous theatre. Local authorities called the show a light illusion in 3D and said that some 60 powerful projectors had been used to create the show on the fronts of the Bolshoi and the government buildings. Russia Day marks the adoption of the Declaration of State Sovereignty of the then Soviet Republic of the Russian Federation on June the 12th, 1990. French President Emmanuel Macron is at risk of losing his outright majority after a strong challenge from a coalition of left-wing parties in National Assembly elections. Jean-Luc Mélenchon's Left-Green alliance finished neck and neck with Mr. Macron's Ensemble in terms of votes cast in Sunday's first round. The president faces a battle in next week's second round to win 289 seats and keep his majority. Turnout was a historically low 47.5%. The leader of India's main opposition party, Sonia Gandhi, has been admitted to hospital in New Delhi with health issues related to COVID-19.
As a woman and mother, I understand how you feel.
The party tweeted the announcement but gave no other details. Italian-born Gandhi, widow of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, is the longest-serving president of the Congress Party, which ruled India for decades after its founders led the country to independence from British colonial rule in 1947. Rebels in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo claim to have captured the border town of Bunagana near Uganda. The claim follows heavy fighting between the army and rebels that on Monday saw some government soldiers cross over to Uganda. The Democratic Republic of Congo authorities have not yet commented on M23's claim. A statement on Sunday night had said they repelled an attack by the rebels in Bunagana. The UN says that more than 30,000 people have been displaced by the latest fighting. And the film Jurassic World Dominion has roared to the top of the theatrical box office over the weekend in both North America and China.
What is that?
Universal's latest dinosaur adventure grossed $143 million from 4,676 cinemas in its North American box office debut. This compares to 2015's Jurassic World that opened with $208 million and saw $1.6 billion in global sales. In China, where cinemas partially reopened following a recent COVID outbreak, the movie took $53 million in just 3 days. That's the equivalent to 88% share of the total weekend market, and it's the strongest opener for a Hollywood film so far in 2022. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.